True fans live for their team. For those true U of A fans, there is Hughes Federal Credit Union. Show your U of A spirit and put technology and convenience at your fingertips. Hughes Federal Credit Union. Smart choice.
Welcome to Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley here with Greg Hansen. Now, Greg, I'm going to steal some of the Video Notebook spotlight here. Tell you, I talked to Scooby Wright. Scooby Wright told me that, yes, he will play in the bowl game. I asked him why. He said, football players play football. Great quote.
That's his quote, too.
Smart, though? Is it smart?
Well, I know you don't think he should play.
Probably not. It depends on what he's doing after that, but go ahead.
I don't know. If I knew the extent of that foot injury,
right.
And it's a cop-out answer, but I mean, play.
Yeah.
I hope he plays.
Yeah, I think that it's simply the mental edge of him returning. Okay, here's the deal. They're not going to play in a good bowl game.
No.
They're not going to play a good team, I don't think. If he suits up, if he goes through warm-ups, they're going to win that game. Because I think that there's such a mental edge to having your big dog back. Everybody will be a month older and a month healthier. And again, it's going to be a winnable game regardless of where they go.
You know, thinking back of the season, the 2 games Scooby played in, what struck me was I'd never noticed him at all.
Yeah.
I noticed when he got hurt twice.
Right.
So who knows? It's a big question mark. The NFL scouts, he's a dime a dozen in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And I mean that, I don't mean that to say he's not very good, but he's a first and second down running linebacker. Right.
You look at Manti Te'o. Manti Te'o was maybe not only the best defensive player in America, but the best player in America when he was at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Gets drafted by the Chargers in, I believe, the 2nd or 3rd round. I think 3rd round. Manti Te'o is a first and second down run-stuffing linebacker. Does not see the field against passing teams. Scooby Wright, I think, I mean, from what we've seen of him during his 2 years, really, of playing, I'm not sure he's a pass coverage linebacker at all.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
But I think when he goes to a camp, whoever takes him, whether it's a free agent or a draftee, I think they'll right away see, hey, we can use him on special teams.
Yes, yes.
And that's how he'll get onto a team.
Yes, absolutely. And if you look at somebody like KaDeem Carey, again, great college player, the biggest indictment of him as a pro is the fact that he has not played special teams. Not a single special team until this year. Spent a year in the NFL without playing on special teams. And to me, that's a sign of maybe what your organization thinks of you.
What strikes me about Scooby is just like what struck me about Gronk. They both basically played 2 years here. Yeah. You barely got enough of them, and they're gone.
I know. Well, and I think, you know, and it's funny, he went out of his way to say that no decision has been made, that as far as he's concerned, he's still in the middle of the season, he won't review it until after the season. To me, from a looking out for Scooby Wright's best interest standpoint, I think he has to go. Because I think if he stays, okay, maybe his stock rises a little bit. Maybe he gets hurt again and is just a guy. Maybe you know what I mean? I think that the risks are too big for him to try to come back coming off the surgery stuff. I think that he'll be drafted somewhere. I mean, 4th, 5th, 6th round, something like that. I do. I think he'll be drafted. But, I think that you have to go, because that clock, as we all know in football, that's ticking. And it's better to get to the league and let somebody else pay you while you rehab an injury than to stay in college.
What I think every time there's a debate like this, I go back to Gilbert Arenas in the locker room after the 2001 Final Four, and I asked him, you going to come back next year? He goes, oh, yes, I'm coming back. You know, and the next day he was gone. So there's so many people in their posse. Sure. And I don't mean that
in a bad way,
about Scooby, but he's just got too many voices.
He does. And I think if we're staying in the moment, if we're staying in the now, I think that Scooby Wright's return for the bowl game suddenly becomes the story of the next month.
Or Anu Solomon coming back.
Or Anu Solomon coming back. But Scooby Wright has been such a mystery this year because of the injuries. I think that if they can get him back, especially the way they've been dialing up pressure, maybe they're a new team defensively if they've got him back and they're blitzing.
You know, he's been gone so long that he shaved his head and now his hair has grown back.
Yeah, I know. That's
a long time.
That's a long time. Here's a scary thought. He told me yesterday he's never been stronger and he's never been bigger.
Would you want to fight him?
No, no. But I mean, this is a guy who, you know, if it were me or you, if it were me, I had a foot injury, I'd be standing at practice BSing with people all day. Yeah. Scooby Wright's in the weight room and getting bigger, and he said he's never been stronger in his life than he is right now.
Well, in the combine, the NFL people are going to open their eyes.
Absolutely, they will notice. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. For Greg Hansen, if somebody offered you $200,000 a year after your junior year of college, wouldn't you have taken it?
$2,000.
$2,000,
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.
True fans live for their team. They buy the gear, they order the tickets, they pay for the seats and the experiences. For those true U of A fans, thankfully there is Hughes Federal Credit Union, offering the latest payment choices such as U of A debit cards, paying online, paying a friend with pop money, or using Apple Pay with your mobile phone. Show your U of A spirit and put technology and convenience at your fingertips. Hughes Federal Credit Union, smart choice.